What's up guys, Darkdally here, playing Fallout 4, and today I want to share with you guys what I have found on PC to be, in my opinion, the perfect collection of mods to give you the most realistic pistol all around. Here I have it fully modded. I'm going to break it down for you and show you the sounds, the animation mods, and the mod itself that gives the pistol that I'm using, which is a Colt M1911. And there's a few different 1911 mods. I'm going to show you the one I use and the animation, the sounds I use with it to get this super realistic sounding and looking pistol. First, it would make sense if I show you the mods that I'm using to make this, the three mods I'm using together, which is the sound mod, the animation mod, and the weapon mod itself. Again, the goal of this is to get the most realistic looking, feeling, and sounding pistol that you can, and I love it. I'm in love with it. I can tell you all the ways how much I love it, but instead, first, let's just get into the basics. The weapon I'm using is right here, the Colt M1911A1. Here I have it open in my Nexus Mod Manager. Now, if you're curious what mods I'm running, there is a link in the description of every video I do now, which links to a Google Doc, which has links and descriptions, personal notes, and everything on every mod that I'm using, and this is, of course, included in there. So here's the weapon itself. Let's just go ahead and go to its Nexus page. So this is the Nexus page for it, and of course I will have a link to this in the description. This is my favorite Colt 1911 mod. I've looked for good realistic pistols. There's a lot of Glocks on there, and to me they feel a little too new. The Colt 1911 is a time-tested and true weapon. But here's the page for it. The link's in the description. This is an excellent pistol. Okay, now I've loaded my game up with just the pistol mod. I turned off the reload animation and the sound that I'm using. I will get to those in just a moment, as quick as I can. Let's go to my inventory here, and let me show you this pistol I'm talking about. Here it is right here. This is what it looks like in game. It looks like really good. There's a lot of different skins you can use for it. Here I have a rail system with a reflex sight mounted on it. I will show you that. I want to get to the mods first, and then I'll show you some of the mods you can do to the pistol itself. There's many skins you can use. This is like the shiny black one with the black polymer grip. It's a really good looking weapon. I mean, this is a really good looking pistol. This is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like in first person. Now, when you download this pistol, if I recall, it recommends the Pistol Reanimation Pack mod, which I do have. That's the reload animation I'm using. But right now, I just want to show you the pistol by itself and why I'm using the reanimation. So here it is with the default sound, which I believe is the deliverer sound. To my knowledge, most of all the modded pistols use the deliverer sounds and animations. And right there, when I just reloaded, that's one thing I don't like about the deliverer reload, is that that's not how you reload a Colt 1911. You just push the slide release and the slide pops back forward. You don't have to pull back on anything. But here is just the gun by itself. Now let's look at, let's go ahead and let's just quit out of here without saving. We don't want to save because there's some mods I'm not using. Let's go back to the Nexus Mod Manager. Let me show you the other mods that I'm using with this. First, let's hit the Reanimation Pack, because if I recall, it's mentioned on the page of the 1911 mod. So it's the most basic thing you want. It's right here. We're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this back on. And let's go to its Nexus page and check it out. Here is this. And basically what it does is, it basically, I don't know anything about modifying animations, but it basically seems to put the 10mm pistol animation in place of the deliver animation, which I dislike much better. I've not fired a lot of pistols in my life, but every pistol I've fired has a slide release. You don't have to pull back on it. And that always annoyed me, how they pull back. They keep pulling back on the slide. And at least with the pistols I like to use, this really works. Let me go ahead and show you the other mod I'm using too. We'll just kill 3 birds with 1 stone. So we're using this, the Pistol Reanimation Pack. Let me go ahead and show you, let's conserve some time. Let me show you the sound mod I'm using too. It's right here. It's not real popular, but let me tell you something about gun sounds. Let's turn this back on. Gun sounds in the game always bothered me. Now, I'm not saying this makes them sound like total real life. I guess it really depends on a lot on what your perception of a real gun sounds like. But the reason I'm recommending this with this pistol, I cannot stand the sounds of silenced pistols from Hollywood, which is permeated into video games. You know, it's gone beyond Hollywood. It's gone into video games, TV, pop culture, and everything else. Silenced pistols don't go pew, pew, pew. Right? They make a sound that's more like a burst of compressed air combined with the clank of the slide. It's an unattractive sound. It's not cool and space age like the pew pew you hear. But that's what this gives. This gives a more realistic sound to the silenced pistol. It changes the sounds of all the guns, and personally, I'm happy with really all the sounds. So I downloaded this mod mostly just for the new suppressed sounds of the pistol, because it takes away that annoying pew pew I hate. And although I think this is a little quiet, it gives the correct sound of a suppressed pistol. You combine that with the pistol reanimation pack and the Colt itself, and what you get is a really good, solid sounding weapon with all these three mods together. Let's go ahead and fire the game back up. And so here we are back in the game. Now we have the Colt M1911A1 loaded up right here, just as we had before. We have the reload animation and we have the sound. All together, this makes a really solid pistol. This sounds more like firing an actual .45 pistol, in my opinion. And we have the real reload animation that goes with this pistol. This is my favorite pistol in the game now. So the 10mm pistol in the game, the vanilla game itself, really threw me off. I just didn't like its looks. I didn't like the feel of it. This looks and feels so good. I can't say what the resolution of these textures is, but it's at least 2K. Just from my own experience of using weapons in this game, this is at least a 2K texture. It has that great sound. Now let's check it out with the silencer. Let's go in here. Let's put a suppressor on it. And this is why I sought out, and I spent a little while searching for a good mod that could give me a realistic suppressor sound. And I'm so happy I found this. And it's not real popular. It's only got like 600 downloads. And I think it should really have more. I could do a separate... Oh, I like this suppressor best, actually. I could do a separate video reviewing this sounds mod, because I'm just talking about the pistol today. I don't want to go over the sounds it changes, but it changes pretty much all the weapons. This is what I wanted when I wanted to suppress the pistol. Now, personally, I think that's a little quiet. I do. I think that's a little quiet. Suppressed weapons aren't really as quiet as some people think they are, but that's the right sound. It doesn't have that annoying pew 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 that the deliverer has by default, which I could turn my mods off, reload the game, re-equip the weapon, but you know the sound I'm talking about. It's that space age pew sound, and pistols simply don't make that noise. They make a noise that's actually not that theatric, and I think that's why it's left out of games, but it annoys the shit out of me, because when people program these games, it's like, have you never fired a gun? Have you never ever fired a gun? This is what it sounds like, and I like this. Together, these three mods give me the animation, the look, and the sound that I want out of this pistol. Let's look at some of the mods you can do to the pistol, and I'm going to finish this off real quick while I'm away. I do wish that sound was a little louder. That's probably something I could change in there, and I will make another video in the future going over the other sounds of the other weapons that this changes, because it is kind of a sound overhaul. It changes the sounds on all the weapons. But let me tell you, as someone who's fired a lot of weapons in real life, none of them felt, you know, unrealistic. So here's the mods you can do on the Colt M1911A1 added by the mod. First of all, you have a lot of receiver options here, all pretty much standard stuff. We can change the grip. We have polymer and olive polymer standard, which is like, yeah, that right there, and then a tan polymer. There's only two mags to choose from, standard and quick eject. Personally, I stick with the standard. There's several different sights you can mount. Let's actually look at the rail system first, because this decides what kind of sights you can put on it. I have a rail system mounted on mine. You can have it with no rail system, just default like this. Once you put the rail system on, it unlocks more options for sights, obviously. I mean, right? So that's those. There's two options for no muzzle, which I don't understand what the difference is. And there's two different suppressors. This is the one I prefer, and there's a shorter, blockier one here. I like this one right here. And then there's different finishes. I like the classic dark finish, but there's tons of finishes with different kinds of camo. Green digital, desert digital. Get this little zebra stripe. This works great for like a raider. This really has a raider feel to it. You know, to me, this fancy hunter. Regular green digital. Yeah, as you can see, I could just go down the list. We have a ton. We have a pink digital, which looks more red to me, but maybe it's just my monitor. There's all kinds of different interesting camos you can put on this to get the feel you want. Like I said, I just go with the classic dark finish. So to me, guys, I just want to give you that little combo of mods. These three mods, again, linked in the description, really all together make what is to me a realistic sounding pistol. I think it sounds a little better indoors. I'm using the Reverb and Ambiance Overhaul. That's a really popular sound mod. I'm assuming most people are running that. That's also in the list. That'll be in the Google Doc. All of my mods are listed in there. but when you fire things indoors, let's see if I can go to an enclosed metal area. I still think it's a little quiet, but I like this sound so much better than that annoying pew pew that comes out of the deliver, and again, of course, the reload animation. I can't stand it. I love this. Guys, this right here, in my opinion, is the best combination of mods to get the ultimate pistol and Fallout 4. I know it took me a minute to find the sound mod that I'm using, so I hope you guys like it, because I found some other ones. I found some suppressed pistol sounds that actually sound even more space age and pew pew, and that just... I just hung my head in shame, like, why? Why? Why would you make it sound more pew pew? I was so happy when I found this one that actually makes the sound more air blasty and annoying, because, guys, that's what pistols sound like. So tell me what you think in the comments below. If you liked the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe for more upcoming Fallout 4 content. Guys, it's been a real pleasure. Tell me what you think, and until next time, guys, I'm Darkdally, and I will see you all later.